How is it going, my heroes, my villains, and everyone in between? Sean Ross here, and welcome back, guys, to another live reaction to My Hero Academia. We are on manga chapter number 237, and if you thought the origin chapters were done with, think again. It is not over yet. Though we are done with Tenko Shimura Origin, for this week's chapter, the title is Tomura Shigaraki Origin.
He was born with the twisted mind needed to become the next me. Tomura Shigaraki Origin.
3 origin chapters in a row. Back to back to back. I'm glad we have gotten Shigaraki's origin these past 3 chapters, including this one, which I'm about to read. But I am hoping that this is going to be the last origins chapter because I really want to get back to the present timeline by the ending of this chapter. I want to get to the Clash of Titans fight, Horikoshi. Gigantomachia has been waiting for 3 chapters to just deck Destro in the face, and I want to see that happen. But I understand that we still just have a little bit more to get through with Shigaraki's origin. So we should be getting into that with this chapter. But we got through a majority of it with last week's chapter. Chapter 236. Oh boy.
Revelry in the dark.
Last chapter was amazing, and we got to see it all go down. We got to see how young Tenko killed, murdered, and disintegrated his entire family. And the way that chapter ended, just seeing that sane, demonic smile come over young Tenko's face as he killed his father and just dismantled the house his father's built. That was a great way to end off that chapter. So when it comes to going into this chapter, my only guess is that we're going to see the moment of how young Tenko, Shigaraki, met All For One.
Correct!
Well, duh.
But wait! There's more!
And besides that, I don't really know what else we could get this chapter.
LOL!
So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's dive right into chapter 237, and let's see how Tomura Shigaraki came to be. I killed my family. After murdering his family with his own hands, and with his own hands, he most certainly did.
Another one busts the dust. Another one busts the dust. Ow! Another one busts the dust. Hey, hey! Another one busts the dust.
But that was at night, and I could see that the sun is out in this panel, so this is the morning after those tragic events. And we just see young Tenko walking the streets. After that, I left home and ran away. I had no idea what to do. And as Tenko is walking the streets, you just see everyone around him walking on their morning commute, doing nothing. You think at least one person would stop and be like, hey kid, are you okay? Is everything all right? But no, they just ignore him. What am I supposed to do now? Someone, anyone, tell me, help me. That's all this 5-year-old boy wants, is someone to stop and help him. And we see this businessman who's got Frieza ears on his head. He notices Tenko. He looks down as he's walking past young Tenko, but then suddenly looks away, just ignores him. He's like, I don't want to deal with this. He's on his way to work. I don't need this right now. That's just terrible. The guilt swelled up in my throat, and I couldn't even speak. And then Tenko just continues on walking, as everyone does the same. Hey! Okay, here we go. At least one person actually stopped to see if Tenko was okay, and we have a granny, a sweet old lady.
LOL!
Young man, are you all right? What happened? You're all beat up. And then shock comes over her face.
Oh no, you poor thing.
No, that face on Tenko is nightmare fuel. He's got the stare of, I have seen some shit. I have seen death itself. I have been traumatized by the experience. I need you to help me in this situation. Heroes or police or someone will surely come for you soon. I have to go to work now. Sorry. And she's just leaving him. And she's going to work, which I highly doubt. She's an old lady. She has to be retired. She is lying through her teeth right here to get out of this situation of helping Tenko.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god. Stop fucking lying.
But the fact that she just abandons him there, doesn't even take him to the police station, which is what a normal person should have done. But no, she just leaves him. Boo! I called her a sweet old granny. I take that back tenfold. She is a terrible granny.
Someone should put you in a box floating down the river, Grandma!
This granny is a terrible human being. She sucks a lot. The more densely populated a place is, the more trouble that occurs, for the most part. Trouble of a higher urgency than a lost child, of course. But even so, in this society, overflowing with heroes, I couldn't help but wonder if no one coming to save me was my punishment for killing my family. And then you just see him beginning to scratch his neck. The itch has returned. It was subdued for a little bit, but it's coming back now. If only he had done something. If only she had done something. And then scratching intensifies. I thought the itchiness went away, but if at that time just one person had extended a helping hand, and then you just have this panel shot of the city landscape and all these people walking by Tenko, staring at him, they notice him, but yet they still do nothing. And that is the worst part about this. They know he's there. A 5-year-old boy with bloodstained hands in the middle of the streets. They're not even doing anything. Not alerting any heroes. They think the heroes are going to come and rescue this child. All of them are thinking that. That's exactly what All For One said when he came across young Tenko. And that's the messed up part about this, is that any one of these people could have become Tenko's hero in this moment. But the one person to step up was All For One out of all people.
No one's come to save you, have they? You've had a hard life, Tenko Shimura. He'll be fine. Eventually the heroes will help. I'm sure that's what everyone thought as they looked away and ignored you. The world shouldn't be so unforgiving. You didn't do anything wrong.
Wow. Speak of the devil. Say his name and he shall appear. And I can already hear it now. The operatic music playing in the background. And we just see the helping hand of All For One appear before young Tenko.
Don't worry, I am here for you.
And it looks like All For One found him underneath a bridge, which I'm really curious as to how All For One actually stumbled upon young Tenko, because I doubt this is a random occurrence that All For One was just walking about one day, noticed young Tenko underneath the bridge, and was like, hang on a second, that's young Tenko Shimura, Nana's descendant. Let me go adopt him and raise him to be evil.
Coincidence? I think not!
Really makes you think.
I don't think that's the case. He had to have been watching Tenko, but I'm not sure if he had a hand to play into what happened with the death of the entire family. I don't think that's the case, but I think opportunity knocked, and All For One took advantage of it. If at that time, just one person had extended a helping hand, maybe the itchiness would have gone away. All the memories that were locked away, and now this looks like the flashback we got in 222, with the doctor just rolling out the family member hands and Shigaraki, young Tenko, throwing up on the ground. So this is continuing off of that. You're burdened with destructive impulses so strong that you cannot control them. That itchiness is your body telling you that those impulses are overwhelming. You don't have to hold them back. There's nothing wrong with unleashing them. And it looks like some time has passed. You can see young Tenko is now wearing like a younger version of what we saw with Tomura Shigaraki kind of during the beginning of the series. And it looks like he just got kicked to the curb by some punks right here. Who are these guys? The hell's your problem, punk? We're walking here.
We're walking here!
So we got some thug New Yorkers walking the sidewalk and they just kicked Shigaraki to the curb, literally. You think we'll go easy on you just cause you're a little kid? Well, we won't. Oh, Shigaraki's gonna murder them, I just know it. Oh yeah, he's gearing up.
Hold up.
Whoa! He's actually restraining himself. Shigaraki was about to touch them, but then he hesitated and then he closed his hand. Maybe he's like, you know what, they're not even worth it. That's interesting. Ah, you poor thing. What are you so afraid of? All you have to do is follow your heart. If you don't, you'll only be hurting yourself. And you just see Tenko just flailing on the ground, and he is frantically scratching his body right now. It's the urge, the itch. Because he didn't kill those two guys, the itch has become unbearable. It's making him go crazy. And All For One's like, I told you this would happen. You have crazy urges and impulses that you need to act upon. You need to destroy. You need to decay. And if you don't, this is the end results. A conscience? Morals? Ethics? Those are all just constructs that someone made up. Someone who wanted to run the world smoothly. Spoken like a true supervillain, All For One. Don't be bound by them. Don't fear them. What's most important is what's inside you. Now, then, Tenko. And you see Tenko looking at the hands lying on the desk. What do you want to do? And you see Shigaraki getting back up. I want to kill the two guys who hit me.
Use your aggressive feelings, boy. Let the hate flow through you.
I don't know why, but these bad feelings just won't stop overflowing from inside me. And Shigaraki reaches for one of the hands, and he decays one of them. So he actually destroyed one of those hands. It's just decaying away. I can't hold them back. And then All For One, well then, you know what to do. Go, my child. Go kill. Go destroy. There's a lot more hero offices popping up around here lately. Talk about a pain in the ass. And it looks like we're outside some type of pub. It's currently raining, and we got our two thugs, and then out of some alleyway, you see the dark silhouette of young Tenko. And one of the thugs notices him, and the guy's like, what's that over there? The fuck? You must always carry your family with you, so those feelings of yours never fade. Yo, that's creepy as hell.
Fuck this.
If I saw this child with dismembered hands covering his body, I'm out. I'm like, see you later. I'm not sticking around to what's about to happen. Yeah, these thugs are not running away at all. That shit's creepy, man. What do you want? And you just see Shigaraki reaching out his hand.
LOL!
No way. They're on top of a building. They're like, we wouldn't miss this for the world. And you see All For One holding an umbrella. That's just kind of funny to me, in all honesty. Just that look right there. Because it's kind of like they're just proud of their young disciple embracing the dark side and then going off to kill people. They're like, so proud of our young boy. They grew up so fast.
He has grown strong. Only together can we turn him to the dark side of the Force.
As you wish.
Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen.
How strange. He seemed to have lost all his memories, and yet he simply locked them away, but they're still inside him. I had him wear his family's hands in order to keep them in check, but also aggravate them, because he's still anxious. See? He's subconsciously holding back his quirk. So the hands were kind of holding him back in a way. His family was holding him back, keeping him from unlocking his quirk's full potential. And then you just see Shigaraki standing there with a puddle of blood, boots, shoes, and hats. Man, there's nothing left of those guys. He killed them good. He killed them dead. And just look at the proud smile on Papa Alpha when he's like, good, good.
Good.
But I will nurture him. He's just taken the first big step towards becoming a symbol of fear who lust for destruction. Whoa, I like this panel right here. That is an awesome shot. Seeing the mother's face blending into the body of young Tenko, as you just see all of the hands representing his family members. I feel sick, like I want to vomit. And yet, why is it that I'm so calm? I feel like no matter what I do, I'll be forgiven. I don't think many people in the fandom would agree. Congratulations, you held back your tears, grit your teeth, and were reborn. Here's a present. It's the hands of those two who helped send you down your new path. His present to young Tenko are the hands of the people he just killed. Like, normal parents, like in this one panel above, would give them books or action figures. Not all for one. He's like, you did good. Here's some more hands to add to your collection. Oh God, that's so messed up. But there are 5, which is really interesting because he killed 2 people. Why are there only 5 hands? 2, but there's 5 hands. Okay, maybe I'm about to get an answer. It's just a bonus since one of them was completely broken. Oh, maybe going back to the hand he destroyed on the previous page. This way, you won't ever forget this important day. Like he was cradling a newborn baby or tending to a wounded person. Now, it's time to show everyone the new you. Homura Shigaraki.
Henceforth, you shall be known as
Tomura Shigaraki.
Thank you, my master.
Rise.
Tenko Shimura is no more. Now here stands Tomura Shigaraki. And there's the title of the chapter, chapter 237, Tomura Shigaraki Origin. Tomura Shigaraki, and now he's wondering like why he gave him that name. Tomura, from the word tomaru, which means to mourn. It signifies the sadness that comes with death and parting. You have been reborn into the one who will mourn your former self, Tenko Shimura. Wow, he gave him a fitting name. Way to go, all for one. And what about Shigaraki? It's my last name? What? It's my last name.
What did you say?
Wow. I did not expect that at all. Shigaraki is All For One's last name.
He was born with the twisted mind needed to become the next me. Tomura Shigaraki.
Origin. That actually makes sense.
It actually makes sense. That makes complete sense. That would be his name. Homura Shigaraki. He basically adopted him as his son, and he actually gave him his last name.
He may have been your father, boy, but he wasn't your daddy.
That's crazy. I did not expect that at all. So Shigaraki is All For One's last name. Which also means that the first holder of One For All, his last name is also Shigaraki. So this entire thing has been started because of the Shigaraki brothers. That was a good reveal. That was a nice reveal right there. I was not expecting that at all to be where Shigaraki came from. Okay, so we're moving out of the flashbacks, it looks like. We're getting back to present time. Let's go. I can see Redestro powering up his stress. He's getting ready to just annihilate Shigaraki with his power. But that means Giganto's on the way. I remember everything now. I don't need a future. Once I'm done, those guys can do whatever they want. Back then, I killed Dad because I wanted to. My heart became lighter after watching my mom and everyone else crumble away. It wasn't a tragedy. He doesn't feel bad about it, which is nice to see. Our main villain of the series is like, it wasn't a tragedy. Don't feel sorry for me. I actually feel better remembering the fact that I killed them because I felt so good in that moment.
Come back when you can put up a fight.
Here we go! Giganto is on the warpath. He is bulldozing through the city, through houses and buildings right now, just knocking Liberation Army soldiers left and right. Even some Twice clones are getting knocked back right now. It won't stop. We need to stop it. And people are just dying left and right. And then we have the real Twice with Toga seeing Giganto arriving. Gigantomachia, come on, Liberation Army, do a little better. It's like an elephant crushing ants. At this rate, he won't lose any HP. He's just crushing them like they're nothing. Is it just me, or is he even bigger than before? So he's gotten bigger than the last time they were with him. He's heading straight for Shigaraki. And now we have Mr. Compress, who lost half of his mask somehow. Dabi, we underestimated him. He wasn't even fighting seriously against us. Gigantomachia is unstoppable. Yo, this is getting hype right now. Compress just said that he wasn't even fighting them seriously for the month they were fighting him. If that's true, the hype for Machia right now is insane. Oh, I can't wait for this. Shigaraki is in danger. Finish that guy off already. And you see Dabi just with smoke coming off of him. And then we see Apocrypha, Redestro. And then Spinner is jumping in the air. And you see the campaign van just zooming away. Trumpet is just pushing pedal to the metal. He's most likely heading to Redestro's location. And Spinner is just screaming, Shigaraki! And Shigaraki just destroyed his father's hand. He just crushed it. He doesn't need it anymore. I don't need these anymore. And just like that, destroyed the father hand. He's destroyed his fetters, and his true malice has awakened. Yo, that is the end of chapter 237. Yo, these last few pages were hype. I'm not gonna lie. The buildup we had going from just seeing Redestro powering up, about to strike Shigaraki, and then seeing Giganto bulldozing his way through the buildings, and then Twice and Compress like, he's gotten bigger. He was not this powerful when we fought him. Everyone is going to be joining up at Redestro and Shigaraki's location. Maki is heading there. Apocrypha is definitely heading in that direction. He's going to abandon his fight with Dabi if it means he has to defend Redestro. And even Spinner. I think Spinner's going to be chasing that campaign van after Trumpet. Oh my god. This next chapter, 238, is going to be hype. We have been waiting for this brawl to break out, and it is finally time.
It's time!
Let them fight.
So with that, guys, that right there is my live reaction to chapter 237 of My Hero Academia. It is about to go down next chapter, and I cannot wait. But for now, I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts on the events of this week's chapter with the ending of the Tenko Shimura Tomura Shigaraki Origins. What were your guys' thoughts? How we got to see Shigaraki meeting All For One, how All For One groomed him and had him act upon his itches to kill those people, but then getting that reveal that Shigaraki is the last name of All For One, but then also the first holder of One For All. Big reveal right there, and I cannot wait to see the reaction of Deku when he finds this out, most likely going through the One for All dreams. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below, and feel free to subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon, that way you guys can be alerted for every new MHA reaction that pops up on the channel. But if you guys want to talk about other things, or maybe this chapter more in detail outside of YouTube, feel free to follow me over on Twitter. A link to my Twitter account can be found in the description down below. But that's going to do it from here, guys. So until next week, when we have chapter 238 and the Clash of Titans begins, I'll talk to you guys next time. But remember, go beyond plus ultra.